Hello, welcome to Prime Sports with me, Razak Musbao. And tonight, Accra Heart of Folk have sacked their head coach, Martin Koopman, after just 3 months in charge. The Phobians managed to secure only 2 victories in 10 matches this season, remaining without a win in 5 of their last games. And the poor run has left them in 11th and 2 points above the relegation zone after week 10 of the Ghana Premier League. In a statement released by the club, his departure was explained as part of a plan to restructure the technical team for the ongoing season. Potential replacement of the Dutch trainer remains unclear, but assistant coach Abdul Rahim Bashiru will take over the role in the interim before a substantive coach is hired. Now, joining us via Zoom is the chairman of the National Chapters Committee, which is the supporters group of the club, Elvis Hesse-Hammond, and he will be speaking to him very shortly because he, we understand, is supporting the decision by management to ask the head coach. But about a month ago, when the questions were raised about the performance of the coach and rumors of him being sacked, the board chairman of the club and majority shareholder of the club, Togbe Afede XVI, did call for the fans to have patience with the head coach. That's what he said at the annual general meeting of the club in October.
When you are a genuine supporter, you have to understand these things and keep supporting. You see what I'm saying? Arsenal, look at what they went through for many years. Until now, Liverpool for 30 years in the doldrums until a club came in. So it's not an exact science. Let's get that clear. It's not like 1 + 1 = 2. There's always a lot of judgment involved, and many factors come to play in making a coach succeed or fail. You know, one of the biggest failures was this coach who was doing so well, Coach Moyes, that he was doing very well in Everton, and then Manchester took him with high hopes. He didn't last. Since then, Manchester has been going in and out various coaches. We've seen even your popular friend, Chelsea man, Jose Mourinho, sacked from here and sacked from there. And for the first time, Germany sacked a coach recently. So please, with all due respect, it's not an exact science. And for an ambitious club like Hearts of Folk, sometimes you don't have the patience, which is why you may change very quickly, the same way Chelsea has done over the years. You know, and they are still struggling to get it right. Pochettino from Tottenham to PSG, struggling with Chelsea. So Chelsea don't know what they're doing. So please, with all due respect, okay? A good coach can still find a new area, a new environment difficult. It doesn't mean that the coach is totally useless. Neither does it mean that the managers don't know what they're doing.
That was in October, the annual general meeting of the club, where board chairman of the club, Togbe Afede, was calling on the fans to exercise patience with the head coach, insisting that he finds himself in a relatively new environment and understandably he will have some difficulty. But let's just take a look at the performance of the coach, since the season started. 10 games, here is how it's looking like. His win ratio hasn't particularly been the best, and just look at that. 20% win rate, 2 wins out of 10 games for Accra Heart of Folk by Martin Koopman, and the club is lying 11th on the league table. Not particularly impressive so far. So 2 wins, 6 draws, 2 losses. Their last win came against Midiama, who are the reigning champions of the Ghana Premier League, 3-1 at the Accra Sports Stadium, and following that, they drew against Dreams FC, goalless draw. So it was quite interesting. We're still trying to reach out to the National Chapters Chairman of the Accra Heart of Folk, Elvis Hesse. You understand he has joined us now. Elvis, thank you so much for making time with us on Prime Sports tonight. This is big news coming from your camp that you have finally parted ways with Martin Koopman. The explanation is that you're trying to restructure your technical team. We heard from Togbe Afede that fans needed to have patience with him, but it looks like you've run out of patience with him. Are you in support of this decision by the management of the club?
Yes, thank you very much, and good evening for having me. Let me go straight to your point, or let me go straight to your question and state categorically that yes, indeed, we are in support, we are in full support of the action taken by the board. In fact, personally, I had a lot of conversations, a lot of interaction with the supporters, and majority told me that the performance is not something that we should wait too long. So I was part of those that was consulted, and in fact, I recommended that the coach should go. So let me put it that way.
Well, it's been 2 wins, 6 draws, and 2 losses. You are 11th on the league table. I mean, if someone want to describe it, it's not exactly bad. 10 games into, over 20 games season. Is it not quite a rush of a decision considering where Accra Folk is coming from? This is the 4th coach that you are now going to have in 2 years for Accra Folk?
No, we do not see it as such because if you look at the preseason and the time the coach started work, he came very early. He had about 6 weeks to 8 weeks preseason. He prepared the team very well. He was winning all the preseason matches. In fact, he assured us that everything was good and he was going to do well. Now, currently, if you look at the league table, okay, the point gap is very, very close. And if we do not take certain actions now, I foresee Heart of Folk, battling with relegation. And that was why I personally, after talking to the supporters, I recommended that the coach should be allowed to go. The point build-up is very, very, very close. The league is so competitive. And the little mistake you do, you are going on relegation. And I don't think we should wait until that time before we take action. And that is why, mutually, the team, decided to part ways with our head coach.
I mean, in his previous interviews, he alluded to, the unavailability of a potent striker in his squad. And we understand that the club was looking to, get some strikers for him in the January, transfer window. And we're all looking forward to that. So his case was that he has a striking problem, and he's hoping that when the transfer window opens, you get a striker for him. So, I mean, is it entirely his fault that you're not winning games? Is it not a case of you not having the quality players to get the results for you?
Okay, let me state emphatically that the coach is my very good friend. On personal level, he's very good. But let me be very truthful to you. The coach had so much time during preseason. And I think that the coach, I disagree with him. If at that time the window was opened, the club was ever ready to purchase any player that he wanted. But during the preseason, the coach did not mention, neither did the coach indicate to the club that he would want a striker. During the preseason, let me also state again that the same strikers that the coach came to meet were scoring 5, 6, 7, 8 goals for the coach. And he never complained, only for the window to be closed. And we are into the main season, and now the coach is saying he needs strikers. At this moment, we cannot buy strikers for the coach. I think that I disagree with him, let me put it that way, because he had all the opportunity in the world to actually request for a striker if indeed he wanted one during preseason. He never said so, and I think that he said those things under pressure or under duress, but not exactly the case.
Well, just a final question, though. Some are having doubt about the way Heart of Folk is, being run at the moment. I mean, this is the second season that you are starting the season with a coach, and you have had to ask him in the course of it. And now fans are even doubting if you are capable of getting a competent coach to replace him and even lead you to the success that you are hoping to get. What do you have to say to your team and fans with such doubts in their mind?
Yeah, thank you very much. I will ask the supporters and the fans to remain calm. We understand some of the reasons that they have raised, but these are issues that we can talk about internally. As their leader, I attend meetings, and some of the things that they are raising, in fact, I will make it clear to the board so that at least in that regard, the board will also consider some of the things that the fans are saying. But at this moment, I think that the coach must go for us to look at the way forward. To end it all, let me assure the fans that things will work out. I would ask the fans to still remain calm. I will ask them to continue to support the team, and I promise them that everything will be fine very soon.
Elvis, just a quick one though. Are you in support of, we've had Bashir Hayford possibly taking over? Is it a move you support?
No, I don't support it at all. I am a very straightforward person, and what I'm saying now is my personal opinion.
So who will you recommend? Who will you recommend to take over as head coach of Accra Heart of Oak then? Sam Obedu, a return of Sam Obedu?
This is a discussion that I think will take place when stakeholders meet, and when I am asked, in fact, I will speak the voice of the fans. So I'm still interacting with the fans, and I think it will be too early for me to say whether this coach should be brought at this moment or not. But I know the board is in charge; they know what they are doing, and they have our full support. But definitely, we the supporters will also recommend somebody to the board, and I'm sure they will take it on board, and we are all going to work together. But at this moment, personally, if you ask me, I do not support Coach Bashir forthcoming, and I have my personal reasons for that.
All right, Elvis, thank you so much for making time with us on Prime Sports. That's Elvis. He's the chairman of the National Chapters Committee of Accra Heart of Oak. That's the supporters group of the club, reacting to the sacking of their head coach there. Well,